Okay, next person. Melinda, have you read?
No, Sarji. Number
Okay,
13, is it? Number
yes,
13, yeah.
yes.
Comprehension by groups. Application of text, 11 ways. Here is the application of the directions dealing with the aggregates. Any materiality, whatever, 1 to 3, whether past, future, or present, 4 to 5, internal or external, 6 to 7, gross or subtle, 8 to, this one I don't know how to pronounce. Inferior or superior, far or near, he defines all materiality as impermanent. This is one kind of comprehension. Comprehension. He defines it as painful. This is one kind of comprehension. He defines it as non-self. This is one kind of comprehension. At this point, this bhikkhu takes all materiality which is described without specifying as any materiality whatever, and having delimited in it in the 11 instances, namely with the past thread and with the four yards, beginning with the internal yards, he defines all materiality as impermanent. He comprehends that it is impermanent. How? In the way stated next. For this is said, materiality, whether past, future, or present, is impermanent in the sense of destruction.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Saji.
Okay. So you can see here is also same thing. We come to the same thing. Everything you must see as impermanent, suffering, and non-self. Okay. But here talking about past triad. Where is the past triad? Where past here? For dryad. But it didn't mention about all this. But what we know is 11 is mentioned about this. Okay. So which sutta I mentioned? Is it Anatta Lakkhana? Dhammacakka? Nupam wa Yambudam? Nupam wa Bhavajana? Should be the Dhammacakka or whatever. However, you should see everything, past, present, future is impermanent, suffering, non-self. But here you didn't understand. I also don't understand about this one. Okay, then let's go first. Same thing again. Impermanent, suffering. Okay, now you have other things here.
Sayaji,
Destruction. Yes.
the past triad, could it be the first, past, future, the first three, the past, future, present, and the fourth diet is it's beginning with the internal? Could it be the first
Okay,
diet as
good.
internal?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so past diet belong to this. You're talking about this 1, 2, 3, right? And 4 diet means from this internal, maybe these two only, right? Yes, okay, good. Internal. So internal, external, gross, and subtle. So belong to internal diet.
No,
Okay.
internal diet, gross diet.
Yeah. Up to the internal, up to the gross. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, all these are just different category. All right. So you have the everything is quite same. Now something extra. So why is it impermanence? Because it is destruction. Destruction means it was destroyed. Something destroyed in the past, not coming here. All right. And in the future also, it will be destroyed. All right. It will be means that anything produced in future, it will be stopped there. In the present also, it will destroy. Means that whatever arise now, it will disappear now, will not pass beyond. Okay, then followed by internal, external, gross, and subtle, and so it repeat the same thing again. Right. So the key point is here, destruction. That's the key point here. Then after that, there will be in a sense of terror. Okay, so it has means it teaches how do you see anicca. Anicca means in terms of things will destroy. Painful, dukkha, because of terror, terrifying. Because what is anicca will make you feel fear, terror, right? There's also another way of comprehension. So you can see it in 11 ways like just now. Now, what is painful here? Dukkha, you see as non-self. Now, what's the meaning of non-self? Means having no core. Means that having no substance. Any absence of core. Absent core means absent of substance. There's no solid things that you can see as self. You can think as a self, a doer, a experiencer, or somebody as a master. All right. Okay. First, you see anicca because it will destroy here. Let's say things arise now, it will destroy here, it will not go to future. Things appear in the past, it also stop in the past. Even things appear in the future will destroy in the future. You see as dukkha because it brings unhappiness, terror, or fearfulness. Because anything is anicca, you feel, for example, you see your life will terminate one day. You will sense of fearful. Then you understand about non-self. Non-self means there's no sustain there, nobody in charge, nobody in control. Okay. It's impossible to escape the impermanence or the rise and fall and oppression of self. So how could it have the state of doer and so on? Hence it said, because were material self, it would not lead to affliction. So this is from the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, the characteristic of non-self. If the body, the rupa, is belong to us, then the body will not lead to disease, affliction, and so on. Because we cannot control bodies, or our body will fall sick in one day. So that's why we say that the body, the materiality, is not self. So this from the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. Then you also see in terms of non-self, because there's no solid things. This means that when you put aside your mind and body, you cannot find a soul, a solid things there. Okay. So if you know how to apply on materiality, you also can apply on feeling and so on. Okay. Now there are some more here. 17, but what is impermanent is...
Teacher, can I
Okay.
ask
You
a
want to say?
little bit question?
Yeah.
On this non-self, as you were saying, no core.
Yeah,
That
no
means,
core.
that means that there must be a self, but actually that self is what do you call impermanent. It keeps changing.
No, there's no self.
Then how the things change and being brought forward to?
Oh, that's karma. When we pass away, the karmic energy will create a new life, a new namarupa in the next life. It's not the self, not the soul. Okay? So never mind, later you can discuss with your group, okay? Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but you can join the group of discussion. Maybe Thomas or Cole, you all can convince Brother Lim there's no self. All right. Okay, now. I think this is same thing. Okay. So this is the way we see according to Sutta. Materiality, whether past, future, present, is impermanent, is formed, is dependent, arising, subject to destruction, subject to fall, subject to fading away, subject to cessation. So you can apply the same method, try to see everything past, present, future is impermanent. Dependent arising means is subject to cause and condition by others, other factors. Now, this part is interesting. Now, in many sutta, we call it 40 ways. Now, in Pali, there will be like, for example, this one. It will be anicca. So we call it, this is anicca to. You can see as anicca. Then you can see painful. Then there will be dukkha to. Then you become a disease. So there will be roga to. So there are many 40 methods. So in Burmese, we call it 40 toes. Why? Because anicca to, you see as anicca. You see a dukkha to, you see as painful suffering. You see a roga to means disease. So there are 40 here. It's actually quite long. I think so far only in Patisambhida you talk about all these 42. Okay, and who is not there yet? Jane? You are here, right? Jane, are you here?
Yes, Saji.
Yeah, keeping quiet one. Okay, you can read.
Okay. Now when the Blessed One was expounding conformity knowledge, he asked the question, by means of what 40 aspect does he acquire liking that is in conformity? By means of what 40 aspect does he enter into the certainty of rightness? Aniccato, dukkhato, rogato. In the answer to its comprehension of impermanence, etc., it is set forth by him analytically in the way beginning, seeing the five aggregates as impermanence, as painful, as disease, as void, as a dart, a calamity, and afflictions, as alien, as disintegrating, as a plague, a disaster, a terror, a menace, as fickle, perishable, unenduring, as no protection, no shelter, no refuge, as empty, vain, void, not self, as a danger, as subject to change, as having no core, as the root of calamity, as murderous, as due to annihilated, as subject to canker, as form, as Mara's bed, as subject to birth, subject to aging, subject to illness, subject to death, subject to sorrow, subject to lamentation, subject to despair, subject to defilements.
Okay, so later one of the discussion will be among these 40 toes. We got 40 toes. So which one you like? So it's good to discuss with you all, okay, with each other, not with me. So because I want to hear your answer later, okay? Okay, now, this is also another technical terms from coming from the Patisambhida. So actually, you're lucky, managed to read this book. This book is very rare. A lot of people, seldom got people. Even I check for my thesis, I do a research. I want to know how many people are talking about this subject. Very rare, very difficult to get information. Only at this is called the path of discrimination. The introduction has lots of information, but beyond that, it's difficult to get. Seeing the five aggregates as impermanent, he acquires liking that is in conformity. So that's a Pali word. Anulomika kanti. Liking that is in conformity. And seeing that the cessation of five aggregates is the permanent nibbana. When the five aggregates cease, so it's a nibbana considered as permanent. So nicham nibbana. He enters into certainty or rightness, samatha niyama. So this is also very technical terms. All right. So in order to strengthen that same comprehension of impermanent pain and not self in the five aggregates, this meditator also comprehends these five aggregates by means of that kind of comprehension. Okay. I think it's the same Pali text as above. Okay, now what is this anulomika kanti? Liking that is conformity. It's actually vipassana knowledge inclining to supramundane knowledge. So it means that when you see five aggregates as anicca, dukkha, anatta, you are practicing vipassana more leaning to the supramundane. And this Pali word samatha niyama, called certainty or rightness, means that when you see five aggregates, when you see the cessation of the five aggregates, you enter this certainty of rightness. This means that minimally will be a string entry path or other higher paths. So these are two technical terms, anulomika, kanti, and samatha niyama. So in short, see five aggregates as anicca, dukkha, anatta, and your mind is moving towards the nibbana. And once you really see the cessation of five aggregates, then you enter this nibbana, which is called the certainty or rightness. So these two terms I check when for my thesis also appear in the Anguttara Nikaya. Anguttara Nikaya is considered one of the older Nikaya. Okay, now. Okay, this part is start to talk about 40 toes. The 40 things is a huge thing. I think we have time. Okay, maybe we just read few. Okay, so the rest you can read. So we just read it up to here first. Next person. Sister Jacqueline. Yes.
From 19 hours, teacher.
Yeah.
How does he do it? He does it by means of comprehension as impermanent, etc. Stated specifically as follows. He comprehends each aggregate as impermanent because of non-endlessness and because of possession of a beginning and an end, as painful because of oppression by rise and fall, and because of being the basis for pain as a disease, because of having to be maintained by conditions, and because of being the root of disease as a boy, because of being consequent upon impalement by suffering, because of oozing with the filth of defilements, and because of being swollen by arising, ripened by aging, and burst by dissolution, as a dart, because of producing oppression, because of penetrating insight, and because of being hard to extract, as a calamity because of having to be condemned, because of bringing loss, and because of being the basis for calamity, as an affliction, because of restricting freedom, and because of being the foundation for affliction, as alien because of inability to have mastery exercise over them, and because of intractability as disintegrating because of crumbling through sickness, aging, and death, as a plague because of bringing various kinds of ruin, as a disaster because of bringing unforeseen and plentiful adversity, and because of being the basis of all kinds of terror, and because of being the opposite of the supreme comfort called the stilling of all suffering, as a menace because of being bound up with many kinds of adversity, because of being menaced by ills, and because of unfitness as a menace to be entertained.
Okay, thank you. So all these are different 40 ways. The here translate as the word as. You can see many as afflicting, as disintegrating. Okay, thank you very much, Sister Jacqueline. Disaster and so on. So all of these 40 ways, later for discussion, you can choose which way you think is I hope you all print out, Don't just rely on the computer. Perishable. And it gives explanation because of what? Enduring. You can see your 5 aggregates means has no protection, no shelter, and so on. So there are 40 ways of contemplating. This is a 40 Vipassana way. Okay? Imagine try to see your 5 aggregates in 40 ways. There's only the Saiputra can have this kind of knowledge. There are some more here. Some more. No refuge. Okay. No empty. Empty means lasting, without the lasting beauty, pleasure, and self. Vain, because of emptiness. Void, why void? Because there's no honor. Non-self, okay, means there's no honor. So later you can discuss what is non-self. Danger. Then the Adinawa is danger also. Okay. There are some here, misery and so on. So there are 40 ways here. Root or close and so on. There are many. So you all can choose. Murderers, annihilated, subject to cankers, asawa, Mara's bait, subject to birth, aging, sickness, and death. Okay. So our 5 aggregates are subject to birth, aging, sickness, also subject to sorrow, lamentation, despair. Because when we acquire 5 aggregates, we are subject to sorrow, lamentation, and so on. Okay, now the above are 40 ways. Now, there are some texts we say only 10 ways. But you get 50 because 5 aggregates times 10. So you got the, for each aggregate, you need to see in 10 ways as impermanent, disintegrating, flicker, perishable, unenduring, as subject to change, having no core, due to be annihilated, as form, as subject to death. Some you can see in 25 ways. Means that each aggregate in 5 ways only. So 5 times 5, you got 25. So you only see as alien, as empty, as when, void, self, non-self. Sometimes you see in 25 ways times 5, so you got 1 to 5. So each aggregate by taking the rest as painful. So there are 25 ways, beginning with painful and disease. So there are 200 ways also. All these are different ways, right? So anyway, the just conclusion here. So as long as you see the 5 aggregates as impermanence, suffering, painful, or non-self, so this is called inductive insight. Jnana Vipassana is strengthened. Yeah. Okay, after that, there are 5 ways, 9 ways of sharpening your faculties. So if you try inductive insight, means that you, let's say if you can see your rupa, then you apply the same vipassana on your feeling, on your eye, your ear, on all the object. You can try inductive knowledge. Means that you get one, you apply the knowledge on others. But if you does not succeed, then you should sharpen your faculties. In what way? Right? You can see only the destruction of horizon formation. And in that occupation, you make sure you're working carefully. And then you work perseveringly, means continually. You work suitably and make sure you get the sign of concentration. So whatever object you focus, you might need to have some concentration. You need to have your bojjhanga, factors of enlightenment. And when you practice, you need to disregard, means don't care so much about the body and even your life. And you need to renounce the pain. And you need not to stop halfway. So these are 9 ways of sharpening. I think there are one venerable, he write a lot about this. I can forget the name already. Then in the Earth Kasina, they are talking about 7 unsuitable things and 7 suitable things. So 7 unsuitable things means not suitable place, resort, speech, person, food, climate, and posture. So if you go to a place is not suitable, or you are talking is not suitable, or you associate with people not suitable, or you stay in a place you don't get enough food, or the place is too hot for you, too cold for you, or if you sit too much, or you walk too much, so this is unsuitable. All right. So we just go through briefly here. So anyway, I want you all to focus more on the questions. So I just mentioned briefly above. I hope you still remember the first chapter on the Earth Kasina when we discussed quite detail about this. Or you just look at the topic here. So which among the 7 unsuitable things, which is most difficult for you? Is it you find the food is difficult for you, or climate? Or you find the sitting posture is difficult for you, or the person you liars is difficult for you. And we have like just now say we had 201 objects. So which one is easy for you? Among the 40 types of contemplation like just now, which I briefly go through, if you print out, you can see which is easy for you. And last question, is it easy for you to see anicca, dukkha, anatta of 5 aggregates? Okay. Okay, now we will start to break into. Okay, now you all back already. So I think the first group didn't answer this question because they are new one. So let's go for group number 2. Okay, group number 2. Who is in charge?
Brother Michael.
Brother Michael, yes.
Okay.
Now, we have so many objects. So which one is easy for you?
Basically, it's under bodily pain.
Pain. Feeling? Okay. Pain is under
Under
feeling.
feelings.
Yes.
So it's from here, the observation is that the feelings, all these bodily feelings, so it's not permanent.
Okay. So beside the bodily feeling, what else? What else?
Feeling unpleasant,
Pleasant, unpleasant. Okay. Pleasant, unpleasant. Okay. Yes.
Sometimes it's also feels is the hardness there.
Hardness. Okay. So it's a 4 great elements, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So 4 great elements.
Then it's also suffering.
There's suffering. Suffering. Okay. Yes. Suffering is under one of the object here. So just now we say 40 objects. So suffering. Where is suffering under? Yeah, it might be under we call it the faculty. 22 faculty, there's, yes. 22 faculty, there's also suffering. Yeah, under suffering. Also can put under the feeling also. Feeling, yeah, okay? Yeah. All right, so beside this, how about the other object like 5 aggregate, 6 sense, space, object, contact? Do you all discuss about this?
No, it's basically this arise. Okay, so
Okay, so
unpleasant.
just a feeling only. All right, okay.
Just a feeling.
All right, okay. So yes, okay. So
Okay.
this is the easiest one for you. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
I'm not going
Any more?
to.
Any more?
I'm not
No.
going to identify whether it's an earth element or this.
Okay. So just a body feeling, hardness, and suffering. All right. Okay.
Sandy, I want to top up is we did discuss about breathing exercise that comes to from the 5 aggregates, the body part. So we
Okay.
notice the breathing can be long, can be short, can be
Okay. So breathing, then you're talking about the
changes in the breathing, whether it's long or short, or how it enter the, how to say, whether it is from the beginning until the end. So it's like changing lah. It's a changing
okay,
element.
anicca lah. So you're trying to see anicca here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's
Then
one
it's
question
also
about here.
anatta.
Yes,
It's also
anicca,
not
dukkha,
done.
anatta. Okay, anatta. Now about this breathing, so I want to ask you this breathing. All right. Now based on what we studied just now, breathing. They are okay. We have all these objects. Okay, now breathing is under which category? Just a question for you all.
Under the 5 aggregates. Under the rupa.
Okay, under rupa. Okay, beside this, okay, now you talk about this, including rupa, right? So okay, yes, it's good answer also. So beside this, is there where we can find the breathing? Now, because we are talking objects, right? So today we study different types of objects. So breathing is where? You have to ask this question, you know?
No.
Hmm?
The nose.
Nose? Sorry?
Through the nose. Observation. Meditation object.
So you mean the 6 sense doors?
Yeah, sense of nose.
Yeah, but nose is more on smell, you know? It's not the breathing. When we say the 6 sense door is eye, ear, nose, but eyes visible sight, ear is a sound, nose is the smell. It's not the sense door. But if you want, you can put as a body door because the feeling, right? Yeah, that is not the nose door. You can put as a body door. Then it makes more sense rather than because body door feel the contact, tangible object. All right. How about other things?
6 elements cannot also. 12 things.
Yes, I asked you, you all print or not? You all never print, never print, so you don't come to this part, right? you can put as contact, because there's a contact there. Anything, all the object, there must be contact. Then based on the feeling, there will be, like just now you all say feeling, all right? Good feeling, bad feeling. Based on the breathing, also good feeling, bad feeling, and so on. All right? So that's the way you all should come back to the different types of objects, because today we learn about 201 objects. So when you say breathing meditation, it's under which object? Okay? Go back and think about this. Now, breathing is under, so among,
Body, right?
sorry. So among many, we call it 201 objects. So breathing is under which object or belong to which object? Okay, so it's a good question for you to ask yourself. Okay, group 3. We have 40 types of contemplation. Who is in group 3?
Sanjay, Melinda here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 5 of us here.
Mm-hmm.
So among the 40 types of contemplation, we choose 5 aggregates. 5 aggregates. There is the body, feeling.
No. 40 types of contemplation is based on the 5 aggregates. But you don't need to choose 5 aggregates. It's based on 5 aggregates.
So we choose body.
Huh?
Is it correct?
No.
Sister Melinda, just now you pick Anicca, is it? You pick
Yes,
Anicca.
impermanent.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we
you pick
choose
anicca,
impermanent.
okay? As
We choose
aniccato,
impermanent.
yeah.
Sorry.
Aniccato. Okay, as
Aniccato.
impermanent. Okay.
Yes.
This is
So,
the number 1, yes.
so we were talking about the body as
Okay.
impermanent. When we do the meditation, the body will be having pain, and the pain will be, that means impermanent pain coming and passing away. You'll notice that a while the pain will go off and then come back again. So we consider it as impermanent on the body.
So
Then
pain is also impermanent.
yes.
Okay.
Then can we talk about feeling also,
Pain
Saji?
also? Yeah, pain is
Yeah.
actually feeling also.
Also.
In general,
Feeling,
feeling can be good or bad, yes.
yeah. The feelings, sometimes they also impermanent. At first, the feeling will be pleasant. Pleasant. After that, at certain time, when we go deeper, when our feeling, when our meditation become more concentrated, we will feel like it's neither pleasant or unpleasant.
Neutral
So
feeling.
it's something like equanimity. So feeling also impermanent to us. So it's not a permanent pleasant feeling all the while. And then so consciousness, perception. I'm not really on that perception, but consciousness. Sometimes our consciousness keep changing. We can hear certain sound, and then the sound will go off, and then rising and falling also lah. Rising and falling keep changing. So we'll cannot grasp the thing lah. So that's all I can
Okay.
contribute. Sorry.
So you focus more on impermanent, okay?
Yes, impermanent.
So yeah, good. Thank you. Now
Thank
it's
you.
a good question for the next group. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. So Brother Lim is here, Thomas is there, and Elaine also. Yes. Thomas, you want to sum up?
Yes, we agreed quite quickly that it is much more easy to see dukkha and anicca than it is to see the element of anatta, because we can see changing and suffering in body and feelings. And then we got into a challenging discussion of self or non-self, which I would sum up. I hope I'm getting it right. That Brother Lim takes the stance that there is something like a permanent self before the stream entry, which I think
Okay.
is a wrong idea. And
Okay.
Sister Elaine explained that the being is like foam on a river, and there is no permanent self in the five aggregates to be found. This is how our discussion
Okay.
circled, and
Then
when we
what
couldn't
is
get
your
to a
answer?
final agreement.
Okay, so either self or non-self. Okay, so how about you?
Mine?
Yes.
I said that there never has been a self, and that the stream entry is about realizing that there has never been a self. It's just changing aggregates all the time.
Okay. So so stream entry means seeing non-self, right? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Now the question is, the Brother Lim is think that there's a self in him.
He
in him.
stated that stream entry is about overcoming a self that is there before stream entry. At
Okay,
least
so
that's how I
he
understood
said
him. I hope I get
stream
it right.
entry is overcoming self, right, Brother Lim?
Mm.
Yes? Yes or no?
Asking me,
Yeah. That's what you say, right?
No, I was saying that the word non-self is a bit, is a bit out of my understanding.
Okay, all right, okay.
So the
Okay.
word, because when we say about stream entry, you
Mm,
say, the thing is, we are working so hard to be a stream enterer.
yeah, okay.
So we always talk liberation, to be liberated, right? So when we say we all be liberated what? Liberated about defilement. Does it mean that we liberated our defilement, we are liberating ourselves?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's quite late now. So yeah, maybe we continue this topic next week. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Because but I just get a very kind of quick summary. All right. So today we are learning different types of many 201 objects in the Patisambhida. And then there are many objects we can meditate, and there are 40 ways of contemplation. So you all choose anicca or dukkha anatta. So among the anicca, dukkha anatta is the most difficult one. That's why to be stream entry means you have to understand about anatta, which is not easy. Right. I think it's quite late, so it's better we continue next week. Right.
Okay, thank you.
So we just
teacher.
do a short sharing of merits before we it's good to share. So we just do a normal chanting, so please follow me. Imano punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Imano punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Imano punya bagam sapa satanam dema. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatina hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. We share this merit with all sentient beings. May they obtain this merit and be very happy. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Okay, sadhu. Okay, don't worry, Brother Lim. So next week we'll continue your question whether there's a self or non-self. Because the whole Visuddhimagga is talking about this topic. Alright, for enlightenment. Once you understand non-self, we become enlightened. Or at least Chula Sotapanna. The last week we say definitely will not go to the four-over state in the next life. Okay. So we stop here. Sadhu.
Okay.